Okay, so in the last video we talked about what would happen if the user enters the wrong number here. And we used an input validation loop to kind of make sure that the user enters a number within that range. One thing we did not account for is the user entering a non-numeric value. So let's say they enter a letter here and enter, and then your output goes crazy, basically. So how can we remedy this? I'm going to pause the recording and open up another code file. Okay, so I've opened up a second code file to show you how to fix that problem with the user entering non-numeric input into and trying to put that into a numeric variable. That's actually a problem with cin, okay? Notice, and that happened at this statement here when the user was entering presumably a number, an integer, which is the char menu choice, that's an integer type, and I entered a letter, and that was, cin couldn't handle that. Okay, trying to put a letter into an integer. What happened was cin failed, okay, and so it's almost like a switch, flicking a switch, like it failed and it sets this failure flag that you have to clear, and then also clear out the input buffer using cin.ignore, which we did talk about in previous examples in previous chapters. So basically, I've enhanced my input validation loop. Now, this is from before, where I'm isolating the correct, that's if they enter a number, but it's just not the right number. But this accounts for if they enter a letter. As I said, cin is going to fail. And this cin.fail function is going to give us a true if cin has failed. So I put an equal true there. That's redundant, basically. It's more typical when you get these Boolean types or these Boolean type functions to give a true or a false. It doesn't, you don't have to put the equals true because this is true by itself. It's going to, this expression right here that I've highlighted evaluates to true. So you don't really have to put equals true. I do it sometimes for beginners just so they can see explicitly what's going on here. So in any case, that accounts for if cin has failed, you have to clear that, failure flag, so to speak. It's like I said, it's like a switch that's has been flicked on, and you have to clear it to get back to normal. And then flushing the input stream using cin.ignore. And in this case, I'm ignoring up to 100 characters or until we come across a new line escape sequence. It's basically just going to flush the whole input stream buffer. And that's it. The rest of this is just us getting back at the user and asking them to enter the correct thing. So this will work. That's going to take care of that crazy looping type of output if you enter the wrong thing. I'll go ahead and run this. Okay, so I'll enter some kind of non-numeric. You'll see it's working. Finally. And then I also did one on, I did the same type of maneuvering on this one too. So you can see I'm entering non-numeric input on the color code, and it's coming back at me. It's behaving fine. Now I'll enter a valid code there, and there you have it.